Made a lot of money since this Diddy verdict has gotten announced. I was going to toss it to you because I know we had a discussion without you to see if you had anything you wanted to say. But since the verdict has been announced, Marc has been on an absolute live stream tear. I wasn't in there for more than 3 seconds before I seen named Doug send up $24.99. Marc talking about, oh, thanks so much, brother.
You have no idea how much.
Thank you, brother. This is just sitting here.
You have no idea
raking in the dough.
You have no idea how much this sincerely means to me.
Yeah, with that fake humble, fake gratitude.
What's good, Elevators? It's your boy Elevation here with another episode of the JBP Elevated, where we speak on the Joe Budden podcast and all of his co-hosts on and off the pod. Ooh, here's one that just fell in our laps. Is this another quote-unquote beef brewing? No, just Joe up to his normal tactics. Marc was getting the honeymoon phase, where Joe was acknowledging all of the traction and the traffic that he was bringing towards the network, JBN and JBP. Marc did a phenomenal job in that. Once they hit that flat earth shit out the park, that's when all the Marc's fan base came over, so Joe acknowledged it early. But now that the waters have started to settle a little bit, there's no more ripple effects, Joe is doing what he does to everyone else to Marc now. He's paying attention to his movements outside of the pod. The first thing that comes to my mind is Flip whenever the Drake and K-Dot shit was at its pinnacle, and Flip decided he wanted to do reactions on that beef on his own network. Joe spoke on it. Happy-go-lucky. Everything was kosher. But then all of a sudden, Flip had to stop doing the reactions on his channel. And those reactions were doing numbers for Flip. Each one he did was getting 200,000 or 250K views up. Like, he was doing numbers. And at the time, this was when Flip's page had gone dormant for months. And then he came back doing these numbers. So it was a big deal. Joe shut that down. It was funny. He was making jokes. He brought attention to it. Let Flip know that he was taking notice to the things he was doing outside of the pod. It caught Flip off guard, but he knew already. And then it got shut down. I'm afraid the same is about to happen with Marc. It absolutely caught my attention when they went on an hour tirade speaking over guilty versus innocent, and they were on the side of innocence with Diddy. The vast majority of them, they spent over an hour on this with no nuance. Well, let me not say that. There was a couple of things that Joe said that I agree with, but we all know we needed and wanted to hear from Marc. But Joe, this is why he brought it up, Marc already spoke on it the whole time he spoke on it. And notice how Joe didn't say shit about Flip speaking on it. Flip had to bring it up on his own. But Marc, he absolutely brought yours up. I'm not saying you can't do this, but I am saying you can't do this. Joe's not concerned about, this is going to sound terrible, Flip, if you're listening, so I apologize. But Joe's not concerned about Flip's political views. He's not concerned about his journalistic bag. He's not concerned about his reporter bag. When it comes to music and the outlandish reactions, which is what he was doing with the Drake and K-Dot shit, punching holes through walls and taking his shirt off and shit, he wants that on the network. Hey, Marc, you don't do that antic-y shit. You don't do a bunch of stupid shit to go viral. But your words take you viral. And this is probably the biggest case that we're going to see in the next 5-10 years. And the verdict came out, and you were nowhere to be found. And you spoke on it on your network and was getting a bag from it. I'm not saying you can't do that, but I am saying you can't do that. Joe's going to put a stop to this. I'm going to be monitoring Night School. A, because I'm a fan of Marc Lamont Hill. Yep, I said it. He's turning me into a fan, more of a fan than I already was. So I'm going to be monitoring it anyway, just because I wanted to see what he's doing. But now I'm really going to be monitoring it, see what takes he can and can't say on there. Because Marc has been going crazy on what's going on with the Diddy trial. And, of course, everything else in the political realm. But that's your lane. Joe expects you to do that. Diddy is a music mogul, and you want to do all of this over there? When I brought you over here so you could do this? This is a pow, Mark. This is a pow. Next time, I'm going to make you make a decision. Whatever your decision ends up, that's your choice. But I am going to make you make a decision. And I thought this was a very teachable moment because Marc slid it in there. He said, see, Imani, I get it just as bad as you do, because they were speaking on Marc and his cult ties. But this is a pivotal moment for Flip. Hey, Flip, y'all already all dogpile on Mel, so you view Mel's outside ventures differently than you're going to view Marc's. Marc gets clowned on just like you do. And you see how Marc reacted? He didn't get frustrated. He just played into the jokes, which is something that needs its own video. He just played into the jokes, let it slide, still stood up for whatever his morals were, whatever he wanted to stand for in the moment, and kept it pushing. Because at the end of the day, whenever Joe speaks on something, whether it's in a positive light or a negative light, it's going to draw attention to whatever he's speaking on. So if it just so happens to be your content, hey, what you're saying is funny, acknowledge the joke, because it's coming from the hand that feeds you, so you have to acknowledge it. But then quickly segue into whatever it is you're trying to push on your channel, and that be the end of it. Because I just made a whole video dedicated to Imani, telling him he needs to stop complaining on camera. You're getting frustrated with us constantly speaking on narratives and the audience constantly calling you dumb, but you play into the jokes. The more you get frustrated by the jokes, and now I have to take the opposite side because my audience opened my eyes to the jokes. I don't tell jokes because I already know the adverse side of someone not being able to take a joke. But now the audience and the community has opened my eyes to see, nah, nigga, you gotta be able to take that, because the real world is hard. And we, the audience, are looking at you sit on a panel to get paid an abundance of money to be able to take a joke. That's what we're looking at it as. So this is a teachable moment. If you look at this tape over, because y'all both got clowned on for your outside ventures on the same show, and Marc was gone for half the show. Took it in stride, and since Marc can segue, I'll get smooth the fuck up out of this. And the next time you bring it up, I'll get smooth the fuck up out of this after promoting my shit. On Night School, he said Night School about 6-7 times. And Flip is telling Joe, I don't even want you to speak on Flip the Network. Why? Joe is using you and squeezing all the juice out of you. Why can't you squeeze the juice out of him? But you're going about it the wrong way. You're trying to just steal money. No, I'm going to put my best foot forward working for you. But at the same time, you're going to give me your viewers at the same time. I'm going to hit you over the head just like you hitting me over the head. And I'm not paying you. That's what Marc is starting to master. I'm looking at his YouTube subscribers go up and up and up. And not only that, I'm starting to look at his viewership go up and up and up. That's the goal. F whatever contract Joe is talking about handing me. I'm building my own shit up. Y'all come over here. And I already got niggas paying because I do live every day. That's the one thing that he got all of us beat in. Marc is, in essence, streaming from YouTube. Signing from a membership. I only acknowledge your comment if it's in a super chat, so you have to pay to speak to me. Hitting us over the head. But I just wanted to touch base on that a little bit. Marc, you're in Joe's radar, and I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but it'll be fun to watch you navigate, and I hope Flip is paying attention to your movements. Like the video if you like the video. Subscribe to the page if you haven't. If you have, you already know how we rockin'. We already know how we rockin'. I'll see y'all boys tomorrow. And ladies, sorry about that. Peace.